Hi there. In this hopefully quick video I'm going to show you how to replace the battery in an A4 B8 from 2010. Mine is from 2010. Yours can be from any year, it just has to be a B8. So I have another video, it will be in the description of this one, that shows how to check if you should replace your battery. And after I don't know, 2.5 hours road trip, this is the max that I got. Although weirdly enough, in the city I've seen it go a little bit higher, maybe about 2 or even 3 squares, not sure. Anyway, never seen it full since winter came, but it should have went to full with this road trip, over 200 kilometers. Anyway, and if you are looking at this scan, again in that video all of this will be shown how to get here. My battery, even after this road trip, has 16 amps, and I think it actually had 18 amps about a month ago or something like that. So this battery is quite gunky. For the voltage, I think we are charging. I am going to try and rev the engine just a tiny bit, or let me just turn off the lights. Yeah, the voltage went up a bit, but not much, so I'm not expecting this to do anything. The fact that I had my lights on, and in such a long trip this should have charged, but it did not. So yeah, this battery is gunky, and hopefully tomorrow I will replace it and show you how to replace it. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to shut off the engine now and see what values we have here without the alternator doing anything. And yeah, my laptop just shut off. I forgot that it gets a bit of a shock when I do this, and I need to power it on once again. So be back. So these are the values with the engine off. As you can see, with my fan running, we are using about 14 amps. Let me see if I can actually turn it off. Where is the off button? I think this is the off button. Yeah, we are still using 12 amps by the LEDs probably all over the car. And if we turn on the headlights, yeah, we are using lots of power. And you can see here this battery has almost nothing in it, and the voltage is really low. So yep, the battery is gunky for sure. If the charging would not work, that voltage would have not go to 13.9 like it did. So I don't think it's a charging problem. I'm 99% sure it's not a charging problem. This battery is just unable to take a charge anymore. So yep, that's about it. At this rate, in an hour I would have a flat battery, and this is only with my daylight LEDs on, which I cannot actually shut down if I remain in the car with the contact on. So yep, that's that. So yep, changing the battery tomorrow for sure. Yeah, I keep continuing this evening. I decided to also give this car a scan, and yep, look what the cat dragged in. Address 19, can gateway an error 03041, energy management active. That about means this battery was almost completely drained and the car went into a low power use mode or something like that. You cannot get it out of this mode just by replacing the battery. If you don't get into this mode, you replace the battery sooner than you actually reach this. You just put a new battery in. You just need to make sure it's exactly the same type as the old one, meaning that there are newer batteries, AGMs, they are called. Anyway, they have inside some fiberglass sheets that actually hold the acid on them. They are a bit sturdier and they last longer. But if you have one of those and you put one of those in of the same amp capacity, you are good. If you have a standard one and you put a standard one of the same capacity, again you are good. But when you reach this thing, you need to recode, re-enter the type and serial of the battery to tell the car, okay, I've changed your battery, now start working properly. Again, if you do not reach this, your battery in time will quickly learn that you've put in a new battery, or it's actually thinking your old battery is starting to recover somehow. It doesn't really know it has a new one. But when you are here, you really need to tell it has a new one. If you just put a battery in, there is a chance that it will take extremely long for it to learn that it's a good battery now, or maybe it will never get out of this mode by itself. So yeah, for me it's the most complicated situation possible, but maybe that's good for you because yeah, you can actually see what I do to get out of this situation. So yeah, we will continue tomorrow and fix this thing. Once you have cleared your trunk of all the things that you've gathered in the last few years, like I did, obviously lift the cover up, remove the spare tire. If you don't have one and you want one, I will link a video in the description where I will show you all the parts required to have this thing. It's better safe than sorry. And yeah, for you, remove the cover. For me, remove the tire first and then remove the cover underneath it. So let's get to it. Removed the cover and the tire and I'm left with this. Obviously that needs to go, and all of this will hopefully lift up in one piece. Again, most of these things you don't normally have if you do not have a spare tire. At this point we obviously need to remove this bracket right here that holds the battery in place, and I will tell you in a moment what kind of screw heads those are. And we are the proud owners of a 13mm screw head, and hopefully this with my right hand, this is really tight. Use a longer socket wrench, whatever. And actually this thing is not holding the battery, this is just here for the spare tire. This thing is holding the battery, and a similar one, or no, actually not quite similar on the other side, but yeah. And I'm looking at this nice battery, and I was expecting it to be a Varta or something, but is this Exide? I don't know, maybe. Anyway, it also has this cover on it, which I've already taken off. This just clips into place. So I will check that thing. I'm curious if it says the same thing that my battery is Gansky. Anyway, I think I have a date on it somewhere around here. I will try and read it. And also I don't see anywhere on this battery written AGM. So I might simply replace it with a non-AGM battery. That will simplify my coding because I just need to change one digit in the serial number. The car will know it's a new battery. The chemistry, the internal stuff of it is not changed. That's awesome. I do have battery management. Having this here means that you do have battery management as far as I am aware. You need to, for sure, to code your battery if you have entered this low power mode that I showed you last night that I entered, and if you change the capacity of the battery, or going from AGM to standard, or from standard to AGM. If you have a car with start stop, do not put anything else in it apart from AGM. And yeah, remains to open up these things, but that will be a bit later. I just wanted to see exactly what battery I have in here. So yeah. And voila, this is the battery that will be going in. As you can see, 95 amp hours, and it's a bit more powerful for starting the car, 800 amps as opposed to the 760 of the one that was inside now. So let's change the battery. And as you can see, I don't have a code that I could actually input in the computer of my car, so I will find one online and use that one. Just wanted to add, I don't think I will be able to find one for Bosch, but Bosch and Varta are made in the same factory with the same technology, just different stickers. So I will use a code for a Varta of these values. Already removed the bracket that's holding the battery in place, you can see it there, and now I'm using a 10mm socket to undo the negative. I will disconnect the negative first. I think that's the proper way, if I remember correctly. If not, don't do what I do. And I need something a bit beefier to take that one out. And I also will remove this cover and hold on to it, because we will put it on the new battery. It seems to have a place to put it, which is awesome. Negative disconnected, and now I will see if I can actually remove this cover, or it's not removable. It might actually not be removable. Let me put my head around here and see. Yeah, I think I'm going to consider it not removable and simply undo this thing and wiggle everything until it comes out. And it's disconnected. Will not create sparks as long as that one is not connected, obviously. Also keep this little cover, you will put it on the new battery, so keeping it right here. And you need to disconnect this. This is the vent hose. It goes all around like this and enters here. So the gas that the battery produces when it's working is vented outside your car. So if you change your battery, make sure the new one has this thing, and you just wiggle it and it comes out. At this point everything is undone, so you can simply move it, as you can see, and you should be able to lift it out. So I need to do that with both hands. And just discovered something really stupid. This battery isn't even the gel type. Just try and hear it. You can see? This battery shouldn't be in this car. Anyway, or maybe when this was, I will check that code. What? Oh no, not, I will search for the date code to see what year this is made in, but first I put that in. And yeah, this is not an AGM battery. It's a standard gel type battery, which is much better than the old one with the liquid inside. So yeah, let's put that in. I removed the protections on the new battery. Just wanted to add, make sure you get one with the positive on the right side when you look at it from that part. I've heard that in some countries they have these two terminals reversed. This is the standard one, but just in case, check it before you buy it. Now I will do everything in reverse. first connect this thing. Yeah, I should put this in. Connect this, tighten it, connect that one, tighten it, and start putting every single thing that I took out back. Battery is in, connected, we have power. And now if you don't have this thing from your old battery, at least these ones have one of those right here, so you can break it off and plug it in. And I think I will actually plug that one in and give up on the old one. So let's break it. Yeah, not easy to do with one hand. I will break it, plug it into this hole, and in the other hole I will plug the breather that is in the car. Plug in, hose in, and this cover now plugs into these two holes on the battery. I'm not sure if all batteries have them, but this one seems to have them, and it fits exactly as it should. Looking really good. Let's continue. Everything is in. This is tightened, which actually holds the battery. The bracket on top for the spare tire is tightened. And now I will untighten everything because I forgot about this probably. Well, that was lucky. This thing can actually be put right in here without removing that, and should clip in place. Probably is not clipped. I will clip it now off camera. It actually clips in here and enters one of the two holes in here. And my phone is unable to focus anything with almost no light, sadly. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah, everything up until now is good. Next I will put my spare tire and the rest of stuff. And I feel like I'm filming with a phone from 15 years ago, a potato. And we are just about done. Every single thing I've put back exactly how it was. Tighten this thing, and it actually latches in place, so you need to lock it in place by hitting it. So next, release this thing and we are done. So let's go in the car and code this battery. And we're in, and it seems my car already sees the battery as full. But not sure if it actually resetted all other details about the battery or only the battery meter. If you don't have this in your car menu, I have another video that I will put in the description that can actually give you this info in here. So now I'm waiting for the laptop to start. As you can see, we have 2 minutes since I've put this the contact in this car. Waiting for the laptop to start to actually see the other values and recode the battery. The second I started the motor, this thing reverted to its original charge, so it needs to be coded while once it has entered that low power mode for sure. Weirdly enough, when I enter CAN gateway measuring blocks 18, 19 and 20, it seems it's actually seeing my new battery. It seems to be properly charged, a decent capacity. This is the capacity that it has in it now, so it's not fully charged. I just bought it, who knows, maybe it's staying on the shelf for 2-3 years, I have no idea. Anyway, this is good. So I need to go and code the battery, because as you can see, this is okay, this is not okay. It's a big difference between them. Anyway, probably it will even fix itself, but I want to go and code it and see what happens. Why not? It's easy for me to do it. So let's do that next. Before coding the new battery, just wanted to show you the code on the old one. 2 means 2012 and A means January. So this is about 8 years old. So let's go and code the new one. Okay, so a bit later I had some personal issues that I needed to do, so Again, we go to CAN, CAN, or how it's pronounced in English, gateway. And then we need to go to long adaptation. And here I think the channel is 004, if I remember correctly. I might get it wrong, but I will see in a moment. And yep, this is the correct one. As you can see, here it gives us some informations. TU3 is what we had in the car, and I want to code a Varta. I might find the code for Bosch, but again, they are made in the same factory, mainly with the same specs. Good enough for me. So I will show you in a moment what code I'm going to input. Okay, so as you can see in the middle of the screen, not sure, hopefully you can see where I'm touching with my finger, there are non-AGM 95 amp hours Vartas, 3 codes for them. I will use the first one of them. Above them there are for Varta AGM 92 amp hours. That's not what I have. So yeah, first code from the Varta lineup will be going in. This one right here. Everything from start to finish. And hopefully all will be okay. This is almost completely entered. I just need to put a Q at the end, but I will get an error because I've tried it before. And I think it gives me this error because I copied the code exactly as it was on the website and left spaces. And I'm thinking there should be no spaces when I actually input this code. So let's try that again without spaces. Again, ready to enter the queue, and let's see what we get. Nope, that's not good. So that wasn't the problem. For no particular good reason, it seems the second code actually works. The first one didn't work, so yeah. I don't know. I don't even remember how you are supposed to do this, but probably give it a test. Yep, and it accepts it, which is awesome. Save. Yeah, sure, I am sure. And now let's try and read it. Should be the new variant. And yep, it's a new variant. It's set to a 95 amps Varta, which is the same thing as this Bosch, but a different label again. So let's see. Done, go back. Close controller, go back. And I don't even know, I will power off the car, even although I don't think I need to. It jumped to 100% by itself instantly. So let me just go back to the measuring blocks and see if it says anything different compared to what it already said. Okay, measuring blocks. Let's have a 018. Go. Same thing here. Come on. This is a bit slow. I'm using my left hand to do this thing, so bear with me. 019. Go. No value for the MMI state. That's a bit weird. It seems to be showing 100%, but here it says no value. I will test later. 020 and go, and it says 100 amps. So that definitely changed. I will power, actually I will not power off the car. I will just give it a done, go back, close controller, go back, and again go back, and I will actually enter this an auto scan, and I will clear all the errors, because for sure I still have the error at least the one from oh, even more, because it was powered off. At least the one that was power saving. So I want to get rid of all the errors to start fresh at this point. While that was happening, I also set the correct time because it was lost when I changed the battery, obviously. Cleared all codes, and I think this should be the end of this story. Yeah, I printed, I saved, whatever you want. And exit. And I can even shut down the laptop at this point, and I am going to power cycle the car just to make sure that everything is okay once the laptop is off. I have cycled the car on and off, and we are still at 100%. So this operation has been successful and the patient is 100% okay. So that's about it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it helps you, in which case maybe give it a like, check out my other videos, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, as always, see you in the next one. Bye.